Just waiting to see somebody come in. I know it's late again. I started to watch, I don't know what it is. I don't remember if it's Dateline or what the show is, but I started to watch something, so I wanted to DVR it before I came on because I wanted to see the show. Oh, hi, Mary. Oops, my phone cord is stuck in the chair. Hi, Myra. Okay. The charge runs down so fast. Oh, Simply Chic party is starting now. Son of a gun. I meant to. Hi, Denise. How are you? Let me just see. Party details. Okay. I need to put some of my stuff on this Simply Chic party. So bear with me for a minute while I share. I should have done it before I came on, but of course I did not. Bummer of a day indeed. Yeah, really, really upsetting, but I'm still going to hold out hope that maybe it was a mistake. Maybe they don't have the full story yet. I'm just trying to, and I cannot for the life of me remember what I put out and what I did not. Okay, I have to see. Forgive me, I know I'm being rude, but I just want to make sure I get this stuff out there. I had my second sale today. Rita, I was wondering who Tito was. The funny thing is, when it came across my screen that I had an offer, and I accepted the offer. Hi, Susan. I started to laugh, and Linda called me shortly after that, and I just immediately said to her, I don't have to worry about money anymore. I said, I'm all set. And she said to me, you won? She thought I won the lottery. And I said, no. I said, I sold another piece. So I made another $7. But it is what it is, right? I did some investigating today, a little bit on Craigslist. And it looks like there are some pretty legitimate things where people are putting on there, she does, where they're putting on there that, I'm almost finished with this. Oh, shoot. That they're looking to rent rooms in their house, or, there are people who are looking for places, and they say what they want in terms of people, that they want somebody who is between such and such an age and such an age. One said a career woman between the ages of 35 and 50 something. And she said that she was the same and that's what she was looking for. And others said that they were near hospitals or colleges and that they would want to rent to high end, that they would want to rent to either a college student or a doctor or a nurse. So I thought that that was good to know, because it kind of gave me hope that if nothing else worked out quickly, that I could do that. So I have to do just a little bit of work upstairs to be able to get it. Well, I really need a lot of things done, but if I do a little, I can make it livable. So, yeah. And I figured what I might try to do was get two different people, because if I could do that and if I could make enough, yeah, the only thing is I watch too many crime shows. They work a lot of long hours. Yeah, right. So they wouldn't be home too much, which is good. But I also watch a lot of crime shows where they inject you with that, what is that, succinylcholine or something, or, and they murder people. So it's definitely interesting. I'm getting to the end of my closet now that I put more things on there, and I've got 50 some odd. Mm. So I thought, okay, at least there's hope. I spent about 4 hours, locked the door at the top of the stairs. Well, the door I have between the spaces is it's a hollow core door. I mean, it's easy to penetrate, and there's no real lock on the door anyway. So, yeah, that part of it is, a little questionable, but I know, I know, it's really scary, that stuff. And yeah, I don't know why I watch those. I really don't, because they do terrify me. I was watching a YouTube video about women who kill. Um, if I get a renter. Hanging in, Patty, hanging in. I spent about 4 hours at the office today. I did ask my manager oh, thanks. I did ask my manager if she would help me. And I told her, I said, I really desperately need help to get back. Listen to Linda. Um, yeah, Linda told me that she would rent a room to me and I could have my dogs. Yeah, I know. It's just, oh, that's my sold piece. All right, just 1 second. I just have two more pieces to do. So forgive me, I don't mean to be rude. I'm just trying to do business, so that's it, I'm done. Okay. So, yeah, so she told me that I could do that, but I mean, I guess if push comes to shove, it's something that I could do. I know Linda very, very well, and she is, no, I really couldn't do that. And no, at that point, I'd have to get out of here. I'm losing my equity every day anyway. Oh, that's funny. Oh my God. That is funny, or not, as the case may be. By the way, how is your son-in-law doing, Sandy? That car really looked terrible. So, yeah, that was a serious, serious accident. Oh my God. Oh my God. Mm. Yeah, I'm sure he's sore. Yeah, that's bound to happen. Speaking of sore, I was really sore myself today, and I was really concerned because being in the office and we're trying desperately to get work. And it's funny because my manager told me to start cold calling, which is what I did when I was first in the business. And it was a few blocks from, they say most accidents happen close to home. So yeah, that's not unusual. I had a bad accident many years ago around the corner from where I lived. It was when a mail truck ran a stop sign and broadsided me. It was terrible. And I had a bad whiplash for years. You know, they laugh about whiplash. Oh, okay. That sounds good. I have been really, oh, I know why I've been craving cold drinks today. I had one of the benefits of working in a real estate office is, especially on Thursdays and Fridays, they do open houses for the brokers, so they often they often bring food. So there was extra food, and they brought it back, and it was different wraps. So I took a wrap, and mine was turkey, roast beef, lettuce, tomato, cheese, and she had a Greek salad. I had that with a really nice Greek salad dressing, and she had some chips. So I had a nice lunch. And as I say, that was just one of the benefits. It's all about food. It's just all about food. And so I don't know if anything's going to happen, but I stayed there for 4 hours. Yes. And what I tried to do was, I mean, I walked around. I didn't want to sit at the computer all the time. And I walked around a number of times, but walking around is, I felt, my knee felt as if it was going to give way twice while I was in the office, and it was very scary. And I kept thinking, because I kept trying to walk without the cane, because I'm trying to show them that I'm able-bodied enough to work. And I didn't have to walk too far. I was walking from my office to the kitchen and back. And I went up to the front of the office at one point. We have a pretty sizable office. So I felt my leg was killing me today. We had terrible weather today. It was absolutely pouring quite a bit. They had said thunderstorms, but it wasn't that, thank goodness. But it was pouring rain for a good part of the day. And anytime that happens, my leg really hurts. But since I fell the other day, it's really sore. So it was painful. It was burning, and it was, but I sat there because I wanted her to know that I was back. And I was talking to some of the girls, and, they all said, "Are you back?" And I said, "Yes." And everybody said how great I looked. But I know that they were looking at the way I walk, which is not, oh, the Derby. You'll be the one with the hat, right? I used to watch the Derby all the time. I don't know, Ange. I mean, she's not the most, she will hug you and kiss you, but I can't explain it. She may or may not. I don't know. I can only pray that she will. I told her that I really needed help. And I said, I have been out of it for a long time now, and I had to give up all my lead generating stuff. So it's hard for me to bring in business, and I need help getting started. So we'll see whether she does or not. I can only pray that she does, and I will take it from there. So um, if I can get, if I could just get a couple of listings and get them sold, it would put me in a better place. I mean, it would just, it's not a long-term solution, but it could carry me through the period of time I need to grow this other stuff, if in fact I can grow it. And again, I thought about it afterwards too. I said, if I can make even hundreds of dollars a month from each thing that I'm doing, then it would supplement if I could continue getting real estate work and do that, but not did before. So I don't know. I really don't know. I have to see how everything plays out. Yeah. There used to be a woman who worked there who used to steal toilet paper and paper towels. She used to take it home all the time. It was really funny. Cold calling. Oh, I know. But I mean, I'm in the business 32 years. I haven't done that for many, many years. I mean, it's like starting from scratch. And it's not only starting from scratch. It puts me in a place where I first have to hopefully find somebody eventually who knows somebody who's interested in or buying or selling. I need something now. I need somebody to list a house now. Because as I said, if the house sold immediately in New York, downstate New York, if you sell a house right away, the chances are you'll get paid in about 3 months. It's a long time. So if it's any longer than that, I mean, it just becomes then this absolutely frantic kind of thing. So it is what it is, and that's about it. And it was, I know, I know, but it's really, really hard. It's really hard to do after all that time and after being out for a while. It's, it's, it's hard. I mean, I have gone so far past that, and I get that you have to do it, but that was never my forte because I don't take rejection terribly well. So it's really hard to be there. It's kind of like when all those horrible people call us. What? Um, yeah, it ain't easy, is right. Okay. Yeah, I definitely want to know about Madeline. Let's find out. She's texting you? Oh, that's wonderful. Good. Please, please send her my love and all of ours. I really pray that they're wrong about what they're thinking. So let's pray for good news, and we shall see how that plays out. But I will, obviously, I have to do whatever it is that I have to do. I got such an incredible comment from one of my people. Actually, she's a gal from Australia, and it kind of made me stop and take a breath when I was reading it because one of the things she was saying was that I'm just trying to do too many things at the same time, and I'm spreading myself too thin, which I know, and it's difficult because I have the need for everything to work, and nothing seems to work when you need everything to work, and everything just takes time. So it was kind of the step back and take a breath kind of thing, which of course I know on an intellectual level. It's being able to assimilate it on a gut level or um, an emotional level when you are facing the firing squad. So you have to kind of pray that everybody is out of bullets at the same time. So I can only hope. But I had to laugh. Just getting that tiny little sale gave me hope. And I know it's a silly thing because, it's not enough to pay for lunch, but it's something. I was hoping that it would help more too, but it's slow going. I mean, I am having sales, but it's slow going, and I really need it to be seen by the greater, the world at large, because I have had positive feedback for the most part. And by the way, Myra, I would love to see a photo of the tote if you can at some point, because I've never seen one other than the mock ups. So I would love to see it. And yeah, I want to get more work done with that stuff. David was giving me some advice last night about trying to focus on niche groups and, trying to get it out there so that people see it and hopefully can start to find me. Because I think if they find me, they tend to like the stuff. Okay, great. Yeah, I would love to see it. I'm just so curious because I had wanted to get one for myself, but at this point, I just can't do that. So I have to see what everybody else, everybody else's things look like. So yeah, I'm curious to see the garments that Meredith had sent me. So I should have that maybe by Monday, and I'll take a look at it. It's going to be much easier for me to explain. Oh, it's very sturdy, good. I had thought that it was going to be, and I think I forgot how many pounds they said that it could carry, but it was substantial. So I thought that that was good. And I wanted to make sure because they had different ones that I could have used, but this was the one that appealed to me the most based upon everything I read. So I'm really happy to hear that. It's lined. It's lined. Wow. I am shocked. I had no idea. That really is super surprising to me. Wow. The plus size. Yeah. She got a tote, and she got a pretty tote. It was the white with the blue fleur-de-lis. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. I actually had wanted to have a few of those for myself. David also told me that I should be making tote bags for real estate people. He said it's a market, you know. He said it's absolutely crazy for you not to cater to that market that you know so well. And he said you should also cater it to people, anybody who drives, to have tote bags for them to have extra things that they keep in the car in case of an emergency and things like that. So he was giving me some pretty good ideas, I thought. And as I say, he told me to try to go for some niches like possibly golf or, which reminds me, I had totally forgotten phone cases, absolutely phone cases to match. And yeah, and I have this ability now to work. Would be working with another company to create iPad covers and um, MacBook covers, and things like that. So that it kind of expands that whole thing to that whole demographic. Let me see if it was on this phone that I took the picture. I never know which phone I'm using. Nope, it wasn't. When I was in the office, I know. I'm so sorry about that postage. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just that what they make is what they make. So I have to find different companies that get good ratings for the quality of their work. So far, I've been really happy with the quality of the printing that this company does because it seemed to be really good what I've seen. That's why I need to see what Meredith is sending me because she's the only one that I know of who had an issue with it. No, but I feel bad. What I may try to do, Ange, and this might work. Wait a minute, do they? I don't know if they do it. Does Poshmark sell internationally? I'm not sure. because I was thinking of getting some of the totes and putting them on Poshmark as well. I have to see. I have to see if the margin is there for me once I have it printed, because the whole process of getting the bag itself and then having it printed and sent and all of that is very costly to me. So the margin has to be there to make any kind of sense for me to do that way. But yeah, and I was thinking it depends upon how the quality is of the items that I'm getting back from Meredith, because I thought if it wasn't terrible, then I might try to list that on Poshmark and see the response I get, because I have to tell you, I saw the dress on her. She had tried it on, and I thought the dress was gorgeous. I didn't see what she was seeing in terms of the printing of it. I don't know if I have it on here. Let me see. Oh, I think I might. I do. I do have it on here. So take a look and tell me what you think. This is the dress. Yes, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Oh, thanks a lot, Ange. That's because I'm back to my own original skincare regime, which I think is the one that suits me the best. Doesn't that look nice, that dress? Or am I crazy? I thought it looked really pretty. I like the zebra print, but again, she says there's something wrong with the actual print. So again, this is what it looks like. And I know what the problem is with the. She said there was something about the lines that apparently there weren't clear lines, clear definition, that the colors were overlapping on each other a little bit. So I'm not sure. And apparently the bigger issue was with the leggings. And that was my fault, which I didn't realize at the time because of the format exactly, because I don't see it when I see the garment. Yeah. But obviously, when I did the design, and this is the top. Okay. Um, so it looks pretty decent to me, but if there's pixelation, then it's because I used the wrong format. But they told me when you do a mock-up, when I do a design and then do a mock-up, it tells you whether the quality of the print is good enough to use, or else they tell you that you should have a higher resolution. So I have done whatever is necessary to make it work. So I didn't know. I'm brand new at this. So it is what it is. Okay, wait a second. I have to look at this thing. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I saw it. Okay, thanks, Sandy. Yeah. Um, okay, so again, it's a learning curve with all of it. But I think the difficulty for me, because I'm a perfectionist, when I do something, I want it to be right. I just want it to be right. So I mean, even with the stuff that I'm sending out on Poshmark, I had to laugh. I have my box ready to go with the second item, which was a bracelet, and it's all packed up, and all I have to do is print out the label. Simone, hi, it's great to see you. It's been a while. How are you? So, again, I think probably the thing that just gave me a little bit of calm about this was seeing that there were in fact a lot of people offering rooms, and getting pretty decent money for it. So it might, it could be a way to go. Uh, yeah, there seems to be a lot of that going around. Are you all right now, though? I am hoping that you are. Yeah, you had a heart attack. Oh my God. This has been a terrible time for a lot of people with health issues. I can't believe it either. I mean, thank God you're okay. So were you in the hospital for long? That's got to be a terrifying thing to have a heart attack. My father had several of them. Thank God. Yeah, that's awful. Oh, I can't listen now, Sandy. I'll have to listen to it after. Oh boy, a week and a half. Yeah, that's about how long I had been in the hospital the first time. And then I went back for a week at the end. But thank God you're okay. Wow, how long ago did it happen? On lots of medication. Yeah, I think that's the interesting thing when you're not used to, I'm sure it does, when you're not used to taking medication and you suddenly have to take it, it does. It really does crazy things to your body. It kind of puts everything else in perspective, doesn't it? What do they do for cardio rehab? What kind of things do they do? It happened in January. Wow. Oh, it's amazing because when you have serious health issues and when it takes a really long time to get any modicum of yourself back, it's very hard to deal with. Just slight exercise. Yeah. I have to tell you, I know for me, my no, no. Yeah. No, for me, the physical therapy has been the most incredible thing. And I've heard other people say it who have had serious issues and then had physical therapy. They say that that makes such an incredible difference. And I don't know that I 100% believed it until I did it. Oh, good. I'm so glad. I think sometimes when we get a jolt like that, it kind of has us do things that are better for us so that we can function better in the end. But yeah, it's not easy. I was supposed to go to physical therapy yesterday and I canceled because of the fall the other day. I decided I really didn't want to do anything to irritate the leg right away, so I decided to wait until next week. And today I went to the podiatrist and he asked me if I had been, he said to me, your nails are a little long. I said, but he told me I can only go once every 2 months. So it's been 2 months since I was there. And now that I got them done, he said to me, now you can get your nails done if you can have your nails done, a pedi, no more anxiety. Yeah, yeah, that is wonderful. That is really good. Yeah. I think it's just I think when our bodies fail us, it is so hard to deal with because you know your own body and you know what's normal for you. And then when it doesn't behave in a way that's normal, it's like, what is going on? So, yeah, um, I'm glad you had a heart attack. Wow. Oh, good. Oh, that's wonderful. And what do the right things include, Patty? Oh, please, we need to know that we're all good. Yeah, I know. I know that feeling. Yeah, yeah. But Ange, isn't so much of it, it's the new normal. It's like even when I look at my life today, it's the new normal. Lots of diet changes. Yeah, I think that's really so important. I think about it often when I'm eating all my meals on wheels. I'm telling you, when I get to have what feels like real food, like today, just having that salad and that wrap, no caffeine, that's got to be hard. Now, I mean, I stopped caffeinated coffee years ago because I had a very bad reaction to it. Yes, yes, losing weight is a big part of it. Yeah, it is, Ange. I mean, we have this new normal, and we just have to live the life that we have right now. Because if you sit and you keep going over the life that you had and you know belaboring it and feeling as if you have lost so much, then you can't live today. So then not only did you lose the time when you were sick, but you lose today. So you're not living at all. So you have to kind of go with it. Whatever it is, you have to go with the flow. And yeah, it's really good. You can't go back. You really can't go back. It just is what it is. I have to tell you, one of the girls in the office was really so sweet. This girl, Demetra, she had gone through her own health crisis before me, maybe a year or so before, maybe 2 years before. It was either a year or two. She had breast cancer and it was an aggressive form, and she had both radiation and chemo. And she went through a terrible time and she got through it and she, kind of muddled her way through. And every time I see her, and she's called me and she took me to, yes, it absolutely is, Mary. She took me to one or two of my my uh, radiation treatments. And she's been very, very encouraging. And she said to me today, she said, "You look wonderful." She said, "Look how far you've come. Look how great you're doing." She said, it's really a miracle when you think about it. Because she said to me, "You had what was the equivalent of a loaf of bread in your groin." And she said, "Look how well you're doing." And she said, "And a couple of months from now, when it is a year and it goes past a year, you're going to start to feel better and better, and you're going to feel more and more like yourself." And I really pray that that's true. Yeah, I think so. And it was just so good to have her there saying that, because I knew she said it from a place where she really understood, because she had suffered her own, and she knew what it felt like, and she knew the fear. And she tells me, I mean, I'm going for my scan soon, and I think it's on the 14th, but I better check to make sure that in fact it's not before that and that I don't miss it accidentally. So, and I said, it is nice to hear. And I said to her, that I'm nervous, um, going for the, the scan. And she said to me, Jerry, you would be stupid if you weren't nervous. Of course you're nervous. And she said, and you will be nervous as you go for these. And she said, but I can tell you it gets easier over time. It just does. And I can believe that. Speak it into existence. I I I believe that it really is, it really is true. I can see a difference in me already because only when I have the fall or something happens to make me realize once again that that leg is compromised. Otherwise, I really don't think about it all the time. I would love to be able to walk up the steps like a normal person, but I can walk. I can drive my car. When I first started to get in my car, the first day that I got in my car and I drove, and I put that in quotes, up and down my driveway, that tiny little bit forward, that tiny little bit backward, just to practice having my foot on the accelerator and the brake. So I am getting there. And no, she is not. So, yeah, it's, you have to accommodate the changes. One of the gals in my office, her husband, at one point, many, many years ago, according to him, used to have a lot of money. And he lost it. He lost his business. He lost his house. They went on to live in rentals ever since. They never owned another home. And she's going home tomorrow already? Good grief. That is quick. I remember when I worked in hospital administration many years ago, when they first came in with the DRGs, and we always said at that point, we used to say that they were sending them home quicker and sicker. And that was the way it was because those diagnosis related guidelines were impossible. So it definitely is amazing what they do now. I mean, everybody said, well, they had told me when I was in the hospital, they did tell me to expect to be in the hospital for about a week because of the extensive nature of my surgery. But, when it wound up being 10 days, and by the time the 10 days were up, I said, if I don't leave this hospital, I will not leave it alive because they're killing me here. Exactly. Exactly. And it just gets worse and worse and worse. So, yeah, it is what it is. But I guess we have to be grateful for that with which we are blessed because, it's funny. I don't know how many of you have seen my video where I was talking about, it was the time when a whole bunch of us did those videos about me and talking all about myself. Then the nursing home truly almost killed me. They really did. I mean, with that MRSA infection, if it had been a few more days, they could have done me in. I mean, the doctor told me that I was very lucky that somebody was watching over me. And I said, it was me because I kept insisting. And I told them I wanted to go to the hospital down the hill. They would not release me to the hospital. They were holding me hostage. I told you my roommate told me to call 911 to get myself out of there. And I said, with me, at least I was compos mentis. What about the people who are not? What about the people who really can't have an active role in their own care because they just are, they've got other issues that make it impossible for them to do it. And I think I will, for the rest of my life, if I close my eyes, I can hear the patients screaming for help when they first came in, because it took them a day or two to realize that when they screamed for help, nobody was coming. So it took a day or two for them to stop screaming. But I felt horrible every time it happened because I knew the feeling. It was literally a hellhole. Yeah, it was. And just to have that experience, I'm so grateful to be out of it. And I always think of my mother, because when I was a little girl, my grandfather was in a nursing home. He had had a stroke, and I have spent many, many days in my adult life praying to never have one, because his life was hell for years after that. And he was in the nursing home. And my mother always said, as she got older, that she prayed that she would never be in a nursing home again. I mean, that she would never be herself. And she said, don't ever put me in a nursing home. And I got it, but I didn't get it until I was in one. And my God, yeah. So it's a blessing when we are able to be under our own control, when we can function on our own. And my greatest prayer always is that I can function until my final day on earth. I just really want to be able to take care of myself. I have to tell you, speaking of taking care of myself, my sweetheart of a guy did come around again today, and I was so afraid that I wouldn't have him there, but I adore him. He's just so nice. And he said to me, are you okay today? Because I guess I looked a little down. And I said, well, some days are just better than others. And he said to me, what happened with your gate? And I said, the wind just blew it apart. And he said to me, I wish, oh, yeah, well, they have the acute care in hospital rehab. And I told you when I was in that, I got much better care there. They really tried. I mean, was it the best hospital in the world? No. But they really tried, they really cared, and they did their best. Their goal was, as stated, to help us to get better. But anyway, so he asked me about the gate, and I told him, and I said, there's nothing I can do to fix it. He said to me, I don't know how to fix PVC. He said, if I did, I would fix it for you. No, he's not the one who left it open. He never would have. But he said to me, would you like me to move the slats over so you can walk in and out of the yard? And I said, I would appreciate that very much. I said, thank you so much. So he did that for me. He's just a sweetheart of a man. He's got a soul that just radiates goodness. And it's a pleasure to have him be a part of my life. It really is. There are so many people, like little chess players on this board. He really is. There's a glow about him. There have been several of them. I mean, when I think of that male nurse that I had coming around with the visiting nurse service, and how sweet he was and how helpful he was to me, it's just, there have been some really nice people who have come into my world. He is very caring. He really is very caring. And it makes a huge, huge difference when somebody has issues and they need help, and that help comes along with a feeling of caring, even if it's for a minute or two out of that person's day. What a gift it is to the person who is in need. It really is. His spouse is a lucky person. She really is. He's a very caring man. Yeah, the one day that he didn't come here on a Friday, it was because he had to take his wife to a doctor. So, yeah, he's a dear, dear, sweet person. And I feel as if there are angels around us all the time, and how wonderful to have those angels to help us, even if it's a tiny little thing, like the way they bring us our food. It's a gift. It really is a gift. So I have to tell you, when I went to the podiatrist today, my nails have been a problem. I had a couple of fungus nails that he has been taking care of, but when I was using the coconut oil on it, they were really going away, but I can't do it. Oh, yes, there really are. No question, there are. And so he said to me, "Are you doing it? Are you putting anything on the nails?" And I said, "No." I said, "I can't even reach my nails. I can't even get down there." So his sister, who runs the front desk, said, "Neither can I," and she is able-bodied and a lot younger. So it is what it is. But he told me that I could get my nails done if I wanted to. I have never in my life had a pedicure. Never. And I mean, I would love to. I'm not going to do it because I'm not going to waste money on that. But it would be nice. It would be really nice. I used to polish my own toenails, but I can only do 1 foot now. So, and then I was thinking, you know how when they come up with new inventions, it's because there's a need. And I said, well, that's a real need for people. So I need to invent. This Saturday is, oh, okay. So I need to invent a long stick with a brush for the nails at the end of it, so that I could sit up here and do my nails way down there. Of course, I'd also have to have glasses that would be this thick to be able to see that I was painting my toenails and not my whole toes. But yeah, it would be nice. Soaking in apple cider vinegar. Your husband does yours, yeah. That's great. I mean, having that is a wonderful thing. But yeah, right. So I have to tell you, no kidding. When I used the coconut oil on it, the part of the nail that was growing out was a normal nail. So I had to keep putting it on, but I couldn't, clearly. And I was not allowed to use the coconut oil from the time that I started the radiation therapy, because they didn't want anything that interfered with the free radicals, because they were trying to kill cells with the radiation therapy, and they didn't want anything that would mitigate that. So I had to stop using it, and I got out of the habit of using it. And of course, the whole time I was in the hospital and going through all of that, coconut oil is incredibly healing. And I was not the one who made that discovery for me. It was Linda, because several years ago, Linda had said to me she had heard about it and she was using it, and she got me some. Use a paintbrush. It'll reach with the coconut oil. Yeah, I know. It's Sandy. It's like somebody slapped her in the head, and gave her information. It reminds me of when I was going to the doctors after the initial doctor kept telling me, yes, coconut cream is fabulous. I have to buy some coconut cream. Yeah. So so she had discovered it and she gave me some, and I started to use it, and it is absolutely wonderful. It is absolutely wonderful. It does a job that you would not believe. So I said to him today, I had one nail that had gone south. So I said to him, here I am, the cockeyed optimist. So I said to him, is that nail ever going to be normal? Thinking that he's doing all this work on it and it'll start to grow out like a normal nail. He said, that nail is toast. He said, it will look normal. He said, and if you polish it, it's going to look perfectly normal. Nobody will be able to tell that it's anything but a normal nail.
Hello there.
Every now and then he just talks to me. He just talks to me, my British fella here. So it's really funny. So I have all these new people following me on Poshmark. It's a lovely thing. It's a very interesting way that thing works. It really is. Vicks Vapor Rug. Really? Wow, I never would have thought of that. What can they do about what? About the nail? I'm not sure what you're talking about. If it's the nail, um, I mean, he keeps cutting it, but it was growing cockeyed. I had an ingrown toenail for a long time, and he's of course worked on that. See, I think the old, very thick fungus nail though was growing out, and it has like this guck on the inside of it, and I think it most of it is sort of grown out. And he also files the top of the nail to thin it out because those nails, those fungus nails, get very thick. So I had two of them, my big toes on both feet. And at least they are looking normal at this point. And if I could get them polished, I would think that they would look like a relatively normal nails. And that would be nice. But listen, I can't see my toes all that well anyway from a distance. And I am wearing shoes, and let's face it, I'm not going to be wearing any fancy shoes anytime soon. Oh, he tried the Vicks? Yeah, but definitely, if anybody you know has it, try the coconut oil. It is unbelievable. It's very healing for a lot of things. I mean, I'm a devotee of that and the castor oil packs, which are incredible. Yeah. I think sometimes they just fall off. I knew somebody whose nail fell off. I mean, I didn't have that, but I did have this really ugly nail. I used to be embarrassed. I don't know. What did you miss? You missed some, yeah, we were talking about fungus nails and nothing too earth-shattering at this point, except for, the information about Madeline. It is it is a that was what I started to say to you before when I went to the doctors that I went to after the guy who misdiagnosed me. Oh, 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 I just got a pain through my knee. Yeah, right. So, the other cute food guy, and he is really cute. He really is. I think he has blue eyes. He has beautiful eyes. Um, anyway, so when I went to the other doctors and they started giving me bad news after bad news after bad news, I could not assimilate it. I really couldn't because I kept thinking, next time I'm going to get good news. Next time it's going to be better. It's not going to be as bad as they think it is. And it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. Why would you want your nail not to grow back, though? We're doing feet. Oh, God. So it is what it is. But it was good having my nails done, even though I was late for the appointment because when I made it, I forgot today was Friday, and I had to wait for my food to come because they had told me from Catholic Charities that when they deliver the food, if you are not home, that they will keep ringing the bell and, okay. And they will then call the person that you gave as your person to call. And if they can't reach you, they're going to call the police because they're going to worry that something happened to you. So, oh, I can't imagine being without a nail, though. I think that that would be terrible because at least the nail is some kind of protection. Really, really. Yeah, they say that it can happen in those nail shops, that you can get fungus. I mean, I really believe I got it from my friend Mary because I didn't know she had it, but she had she had me wear her slippers because I used to walk around in bare feet, and she told me to put her slippers on, and I did. And of course, she had fungus nails, and I got it after that, so I always associated it. The podiatrist also said that sometimes he asked me if I had been a dancer, and I had, and he said it's usually a result of an injury to the toes. Oh, good night. I'm so glad you came on, Simone. I'm so happy that you're doing well. Take care of yourself. Yeah, yeah. um, yeah. So, all in all, you can always count on Sandy to make it a little bit lighter day. Take care, Simone. I actually, I had something fall on my toe once. I sold my bracelet, yeah. Yes. It was very exciting. I got an offer on it. And and I went on because I've never done that before, and it asked me if I wanted to decline, um, counter, or accept. And I just went accept. And I was so excited to be able to do it, but I was able to do it. I wouldn't have been able to do it if I had to have just bought the bracelet to sell, but I did because, because I had bought it a while back, so it was just mine to sell. So it is what it is. So I'm making any profit is a profit. You're absolutely right. And on to the next. And I'm going to put another piece of jewelry on and see how it goes. She had nothing done. Nothing. Oh, wait a minute. Didn't they open her up? They had to have opened her up, no? I'm not exactly sure what that means. It was that a typo? So yeah, it's very exciting to have that. And if it works with the jewelry, then I will go back to getting jewelry from the guy who comes to the office and reselling it only if there's enough margin there. I mean, I have to be able to make something on it. So, yeah, right now I'm just kind of trying things to see what does work, what does not work. But having that second sale was exciting. I am selling mine. Yeah, I'm definitely selling mine. There's no question. Probably Broncos. I don't know what that means. Did I miss something? It is entirely possible that I did. I was so tired earlier. I went, Yeah, I guess, but I think I'm gonna try to sell them separately for now and see what happens. I have several more that I can sell. Yeah, I do have some nice jewelry that I can sell. Um, I'd like to keep some of the pieces for myself, but I definitely have a number of things that I can sell, and I'm going to do that. Uh, Maybe I'll put on one of those pieces that I have that are the pearls, the stretch bracelet. Oh, that's all they did was the scope? Yeah, put it in a piggy bank. You're right. Yeah, I'm just thinking of ways to have money coming in, and I'm thinking that if I could get it at the right price, that it would bring me the money. I'm thinking of whatever would bring me a more constant flow, and if that's the kind of thing that does it, then that's the kind of thing that does it. And then maybe what I have to do is also look for things that are really inexpensive, because the things that are really inexpensive seem to get a lot of attention. So maybe I have to have some of that stuff as well. So again, it's all a learning process. It's surviving the training is the big deal of it. It's trying to survive the training. So we will take it from there. Meanwhile, I was very worried about my little girl today because she didn't eat her breakfast, and she usually sits there and cries till I give it to her. I thought they saw it when they opened her up. Yeah, yeah. I haven't seen any. No, I haven't seen any. They have jewelry, but they have it in a jeweler's case. And I don't want to, spend any big time money for any. Well, I don't know how much they are. I never asked. So no, I haven't checked that out. I really don't particularly want to go back to the thrift store until a good bit of this stuff is sold. I really want, I can't stand having it in my house. What I did was yesterday when my stuff came, all my packing materials came yesterday. And I opened the front door and saw this mountain of boxes. And then later on, just use a mirror under the jewelry. Oh, really? Yeah, I have to see. I really have to see what things, the boxes are heavy. And I got 25 boxes of some different sizes. And I thought I was not going to need the little boxes at all. But the little one is what I used for the bracelet today. And I'm thinking if I'm going to do the jewelry, I'm going to need lots of the more small boxes because I don't have many of those. I think I have 10. So now I have boxes. I must have 5 or 6 different bunches of boxes. And I also got maybe, I think they're 25 to a packet. Maybe I bought 50 or I might have bought 100 of the bags. I must have really thought that I was going to be selling a lot. So now I have all that stuff. Here I was trying to get rid of stuff and get rid of clutter, and now I'm bringing clutter into the house. So what I did yesterday, when my clear plastic bags came, I folded up all the stuff that I had listed, that I had all the information that I needed from, and I put them in each individual plastic bag. I didn't seal the bags. I left the bags open, and they're standing up in one of my Meals on Wheels shopping bags. So this way, if somebody buys anything, I can just pull that bag out and it's all, I mean, I'll have to take it out and refold it, but at least it's going to be much easier to do because I didn't take the tags off yet because I don't, I want to know when it sells. I want to be able to write down for myself what I paid for it, what I got for it, so I have an idea of how well I did on the pieces and all of that. Well, I don't want to sell the boxes because I'm hoping that I'm going to need them, but um, yeah, I got them because it was really funny. I thought maybe because Lauren kept saying to me, get the box, get the stuff to mail the stuff in. And I thought, well, I really do need to do that. Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, what I did was right by my front door, I have a landing because I have a high ranch. So when you come into my house, there is a small foyer, and then there are stairs going up and stairs going down. So in the small foyer, just to the left of my front door, I have a demi-lune table there, and right next to it is a space. So I lined up 3 or 4 different sizes of boxes there. I'm going to leave them there for now and I'll see how it goes. I'll see. It seems to me though that I'm using up those clear plastic bags very fast. And that worries me because yeah, I think that that's an issue and I think when I order them next time, if this business does work well enough for there to be a next time, I think I want to get the ones that have the suffocation warning on it because I don't think you're supposed to really have bags that don't warn people about suffocation for kids. So made me a little bit uncomfortable with that. But at least I'm trying to organize what I have so that if and when orders come in, I can actually find the pieces. That would be a good thing. So, I mean, I'm up to over 50 some odd pieces on there. So it's sort of moving along slowly, but it was nice to have that second sale. It did give me encouragement. There is a nice feeling about that. And it's interesting because I'm on a group of people who are very, very successful selling merch on Amazon. I mean, they make a lot of money. And, so I listened to the group and all of that, and they're all saying you have to keep putting stuff on there because I stopped. I didn't put another thing on there after they stole my designs because it just took the heart out of me. But they said no matter what they do, you just have to keep putting your pieces out there over and over and over again. And you have to, you have to um, just it's volume. It's just volume. It's having enough pieces out there that if people start buying, they have to see your stuff and hopefully start to buy things. So if I have my finger in a lot of different pies, maybe if I can get to a place where I can have things where I'm not constantly under the gun. My baby girl seems to be okay. She did not eat breakfast at all. 45 strong. Oh, okay. Yeah, thanks. I mean, we really got into high numbers last night. I was surprised. Yeah, we were back up, I think, in the 60s again, and it hadn't been that way for a while. So I was happy that that happened. And maybe I'll get to do some vlogging from the office. Thanks. Thanks. I really appreciate it. Um, yeah, so it's if I can get to the point where if I'm able to rent the rooms and have some income coming in on a regular basis and taking that pressure off, then maybe I can just have that extra coming in from each different place for the emergencies and whatever. So it is what it is. I'm trying my very best, and it's a roller coaster ride. It really is. I mean, I sometimes wish that I could be the kind of, hi Meredith, I sometimes wish I could be the kind of person who can fake it. I really do. Some people have a life. Absolutely. And what a gift that is. So, yeah. So, yeah, there are times that I wish that I could have a facade and kind of go on and just make my videos and act as if nothing's wrong, but I don't know how. I don't know how to be that person. What you see is what you get, and I'm not good at it. You can tell that I have been dealing with a lot of stuff. Look at my eyebrows. They're all hairy. Actors, yeah. There are a lot of actors on YouTube. There really are. And you just, I cannot do it. I really cannot do, I cannot be phony. Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. And I have a lot of work to do getting myself to look more normal. So I just hope that I can get to that point. That would be nice. So we shall see. I think I'm going to get ready to end now because I am feeling tired. I fell asleep before. Sort them. I'm not sure what that meant. I really should get rid of that box next to me. Yeah, it really is looking a little bit like I live in a warehouse. Typo. I kind of figured that. But it was really funny when my neighbor asked me to help her decorate, and she took me around the house, and I had asked her if she could get rid of any of the pieces that she had in her living room. And I said, your living room looks like a warehouse. I didn't say it to be mean. I said it because it's hard to decorate when you can't even walk around the furniture. Sort the boxes. Yeah. I do like the fact, though, that I have everything set up in the bags and kind of ready to go. I have to tell you, I put one of my little thank you stickers on the wrapped up little bracelet, and that made me happy, so it was kind of cute. So it's funny. Many years ago, when David and Michelle first got married, I used to love Christmas. And we used to do Christmas Eve at her mother's house. And they would buy like 3 gifts for each person at least. So I got in the habit of doing that. And when I did, I was all about the wrapping of the gifts. The wrapping of the gifts became a major thing with me. It turned out that it made her mother really upset because her mother just had normal wrapped presents, and mine were all these glamorous, beautifully wrapped things. So it started to make her uncomfortable, and she was asking for my opinion. Yeah, she was. And I didn't mean to be mean at all. I mean, I said when you walk into the room, it's like there's too much stuff. So if there's too much stuff, it's hard to decorate it and make it look like a decorated room. It looks like a storage room in a furniture store, or the room in the back where they put all the extra pieces. And again, but I think she took it from whence it came because she knows me well enough to know that I wouldn't hurt her feelings for the world. But obviously she so took it to heart. She told me she spent the next 2 days cleaning out all her closets and doing all that stuff. And I said, oh my God. And she said, I kept hearing that it looks like a warehouse. And I said, oh my God. So it does, it really does make a statement. And it's, you, you can't do it when there's too much stuff. Aw. Oh, yeah. I know that if I try to do that with the dogs, forget about it. Really forget about it. So, yeah, good night. You'll give me the spa treatment? I'll have designer eyebrows. Um, yeah, so yeah, I know she took it the right way. But then I had said to her friend the same thing. Uh, in any case, with my little girl, she she seemed really out of sorts this morning, but she tends to eat paper sometimes, and I'm always worried about that, that it'll wad up in her stomach or her intestines or something. Whenever I catch her, I stop her, but she grabs paper. So it is what it is. But tonight she drank milk and she did take a little bit of the food, so I can hope that she's okay. She didn't throw up or anything, so I'm happy about that. Yeah, we definitely have to get that done. I hope she's okay too. I can't afford for her not to be. I think she is. She seems to be. She was definitely under the weather though. There's no question. When they're out in the yard, I don't know if they're getting anything out there. I know that my someone from my neighbor's family used to throw like chicken bones over the fence, and I think they thought they were being kind to my dogs by giving them that, but I wanted to kill them. Really? Yeah. No loose stools. Not that I saw. Nothing that I saw. But um yeah. So it is what it is. I've got to get somebody to do my lawn. My lawn is starting to look like weeds up to my knees. Oh dear. And so it goes. Okay, on that note, I'm going to bid you a fond adieu for tonight, and I will see what tomorrow brings. I hope tomorrow will be a better day. What can get stuck in their throat? Paper? I am happy that you did as well, and we will take it from there. So, yes, good night, everybody. Sleep well. Have wonderful dreams, and I'm going to pray that my leg is a lot better tomorrow than it is tonight. Thanks, Patty. You take care as well. And let's all say continued prayers for Madeline. Oh, the bones. Oh, I know. I know. That's really bad. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Take care.